Have you ever found yourself in a conversation with her where her questions seem innocent, but you sense there's more beneath the surface? It's not just about the words she asks, it's about what she's trying to understand about you. Every question is an opportunity to show her who you are, how you connect, and whether you're ready to go beyond surface-level interactions. Today, we're diving into how to navigate these moments and turn them into deeper, more meaningful connections. So why should you stay with me until the end of this video? Well, because every question she asks is a chance to showcase your emotional maturity, your vulnerability, and your ability to create a space where she feels safe and understood. By answering in a way that doesn't just respond to her curiosity but also deepens your bond, you're not only giving her an answer, you're laying the foundation for a stronger, more intimate connection. And let's be real, in the world of dating and relationships, the way you respond to these questions can make all the difference. We'll break down how to handle these seemingly simple questions, like how many people have you been with, and what kind of movies do you like, in a way that showcases your authenticity and emotional intelligence. These questions are more than just conversation starters. They're doors to deeper understanding. I'll show you how to answer them in a way that shows you're not just listening but truly engaging with her on a deeper level. And here's the kicker. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to respond to the subtle invitation she throws your way, whether it's a question about your weekend plans or a casual mention of a movie. You'll understand how these moments can shift a casual interaction into something much more personal. Plus, I'll share a pro tip on how to use romantic movies as a powerful tool to guide the conversation toward a more intimate and emotionally rich connection. So, stick around. Let's explore these moments together and unlock the secrets to turning everyday questions into gateways for deeper, more meaningful connections. You won't want to miss this. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. When she asks you a question, it's not just about giving her a straightforward answer, it's about so much more. It's about the space between the words you say, the way you choose to engage, and the emotional depth you bring into that moment. It's a beautiful opportunity for you to connect on a deeper level, to show her that you're not only listening to her words, but also to the feelings and intentions behind them. You see, answering her question isn't simply about providing facts. It's about nurturing the emotional bond that you share and building a relationship rooted in trust, honesty, and vulnerability. This is where the magic happens, when you choose to go beyond just a surface-level response and show her that you're truly present in the moment, understanding her needs, and showing empathy for her emotions. Take, for instance, a question like, how many people have you been with? On the surface, it might seem like a casual inquiry. Just a simple question you might answer with a number. But it's so much more than that. Her question is layered with significance. It's an invitation to dive deeper into your past, to understand how you approach relationships and intimacy, and to assess the way you navigate vulnerability. When she asks you this, it's not about the exact number of past partners you've had. It's about what that number represents to you and how you can communicate the lessons you've learned, the emotional growth you've experienced, and the values you hold today. What she's truly looking for is how comfortable you are in being vulnerable with her, how much you value honesty and emotional openness, and whether you have the maturity to handle sensitive conversations with grace. Her question is as much about your emotional intelligence and your willingness to let down your guard as it is about the factual answer itself. She's trying to gauge how you view intimacy and connection, whether you approach relationships with respect, compassion, and authenticity. These are the qualities that matter to her more than anything else. It's a way for her to assess not just the information you provide, but the energy and emotional maturity that come with it. When you respond, this is your moment to showcase your integrity, your emotional depth, and your capacity for empathy. How you answer says so much about who you are as a person, and even more about how you see yourself in the context of a relationship. Are you confident and secure enough in who you are to be open and vulnerable? Are you respectful in how you speak about your past, acknowledging it without feeling the need to defend or justify yourself? Are you genuine, speaking from the heart, and not just offering a rehearsed or guarded response? These are the qualities she's paying attention to, and answering her question with authenticity and transparency is a powerful way to demonstrate your emotional maturity. But it's not just about the answer itself. It's about how you create a safe space for her to ask these kinds of questions in the first place. By showing her that you are present at the moment, by taking her curiosity seriously, and by answering with thoughtfulness and care, you let her know that she can trust you with her most vulnerable feelings. This is your chance to foster an environment where she feels comfortable enough to share more about herself as well, knowing that you will respond with respect and understanding. You're not just answering a question. You're reinforcing the emotional safety of the connection, letting her know that this is a place where honesty, vulnerability, and open communication can thrive. In this exchange, you're building a foundation of emotional intimacy, one that goes beyond physical attraction or surface-level interactions. It's about showing up for each other in ways that create trust and deeper understanding. The way you handle sensitive topics like this can leave a lasting impact, influencing the dynamic of your relationship in ways that go far beyond just this one conversation. When you choose to respond with honesty, kindness, and respect, you show her that you are someone who values meaningful connections, someone who is capable of navigating tough conversations with maturity and emotional intelligence. Ultimately, this is more than just a question. It's an opportunity to showcase the kind of person you are and the kind of relationship you want to build. It's about setting the stage for a future together, one that is built on mutual respect, emotional depth, and a shared commitment to growth. So, the next time she asks you something that might seem simple or even slightly uncomfortable, take a moment to reflect before you answer. This is your chance to truly connect, to let her see the real you, and to nurture a relationship that goes beyond the surface and into the heart of what it means to truly understand and be understood. When you respond, it's essential to be fully truthful. No exceptions. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to be honest in these moments. Do not, under any circumstance, feel compelled to embellish your past or experiences to make yourself sound more impressive, nor should you attempt to downplay or hide parts of your history to avoid any potential awkwardness. The truth, no matter how simple, raw, or even messy it may be, will always resonate on a much deeper level than any story you could create. Here's why. Being honest in these moments goes far beyond simply giving the right answer or providing the most flattering response. It's not about making yourself look perfect or appealing. It's about showing her who you truly are. You're letting her know that you're comfortable in your skin, that you're unafraid of being vulnerable, and most importantly, that you trust her enough to open up and share a part of yourself, no matter how personal, private, or perhaps even uncomfortable. Vulnerability, when offered with honesty, carries an immense strength. It shows that you're confident enough in yourself to stand fully in your truth, and that confidence is something that can't be fabricated or faked. This kind of authenticity is the foundation upon which deep, meaningful relationships are built. And when you offer it, you are not just showing her who you are in that moment, but you're also creating a space for her to feel safe and comfortable being her true self around you as well. There's a powerful exchange that happens when two people are completely open with one another, free of judgment and pretense. It's an exchange of trust, the kind that is rare and precious in today's world, where so many people feel compelled to wear masks and hide behind a curated version of themselves. When you present your honest self, flaws, and all, you are inviting her into a space of mutual respect, where vulnerability is met with understanding, and authenticity is cherished. This is what sets you apart from others who may be more focused on impressing her or making a perfect impression. And trust me, this is exactly what will draw her closer to you. Now, let's talk about the third question. What kind of movies do you like? At first glance, this might seem like a light-hearted or casual question, one you might dismiss as just another attempt to keep the conversation going. But if you pay close attention, you'll begin to realize that, more often than not, this question carries a much deeper, more subtle meaning. It's not merely a question about your movie preferences. It's a window into something far more profound. When she asks you this, it's often a way of testing the waters, a gentle invitation to spend more time together, to share an experience that goes beyond mere words. She's not simply curious about your favorite genres or directors. She's hoping that you'll take this as an opportunity to create a shared experience, to suggest a movie date, or at the very least, to offer a response that hints at the possibility of plans. This question is not about the movies themselves, but about the connection that can be forged in the space between the frames. Let's be honest, the movie is just the backdrop. It's the environment where you can connect emotionally, where laughter can flow freely, or where you can hold hands in shared suspense during a particularly intense scene. Movies are often just an excuse to be close, to share a moment of excitement, joy, or even fear. They create an experience that allows you both to reveal parts of yourselves without saying a word. Whether it's the way you both react to a scary scene, the way you both find humor in the same line, or how your hands might touch without either of you planning it. These little moments can be so much more significant than the film itself. In those shared experiences, you're creating something special, a bond that can deepen with every passing scene. It's not about whether she likes horror or romantic comedies. It's about what happens when you're together, engaging with the film and with each other in a way that makes the experience meaningful. In those moments, the conversation becomes less important because the connection is happening in real time, through shared emotions, laughter, and even silence. It's about being present with each other, creating memories that extend far beyond the movie itself. Think about it. Those quiet moments where you both laugh, cry, or hold your breath in suspense are often the ones that stay with you long after the credits roll. The film becomes secondary to the connection you're creating. It's about creating a shared history, a space where the two of you can bond over something that will forever be yours, something that ties you together. So, when she asks you about the movies you like, recognize it for what it truly is, an invitation. An invitation to connect, to spend time together, to experience something that can help foster intimacy and trust between you two. It's a chance to deepen your relationship in a way that goes far beyond the superficial and to create memories that will last far longer than the film itself. Ultimately, the question about movies is a small, yet significant opportunity to explore how you can come together. Not just as two people with different tastes, but as two individuals who share in the joy, the fear, the laughter, and the emotional highs and lows that movies so often bring. This is where real connection happens. So next time you find yourself answering this question, remember that it's not just a casual inquiry. It's a chance to say, let's spend time together, let's create something special. And in that moment, you'll have the power to turn a simple question into a meaningful experience. What she truly longs to see is how well you can connect during those quiet, intimate moments that often go unnoticed. It's in those moments when the noise of the world dies down, and there are no distractions. Just the two of you sharing space in the most genuine and unguarded way. How do you respond when a touching scene unfolds? How do you react when the vulnerability of the moment makes her glance at you, looking for reassurance, or simply wanting to see how you feel? These subtle moments are incredibly telling, revealing much more than words ever could. She wants to see how you engage with her, even if you're doing something as simple as watching a movie. Because let's be honest, it's not the movie itself that matters. It's the connection that unfolds between the two of you as you sit side by side, immersed in the emotions of the story and silently sharing the experience. This is the test, and it's not a dramatic one. It's in the small, quiet things. How well can you truly communicate without speaking? She's assessing your emotional intelligence, how well you tune into her feelings, how you respond to the moods of the moment, and how you handle the simplicity of shared silence. She doesn't need you to be constantly talking or trying to entertain her. She wants to see if you're comfortable with just being present. She's wondering if you can accept the beauty of silence between you, where words aren't necessary to convey understanding. The way you react to those quiet moments, whether it's a tear in her eye or a smile shared over a funny scene, matters. It's these little gestures that show her if you're there with her, truly engaged in the present, or if your mind is elsewhere. What's most important to her is that you can connect on a deeper level, beyond surface-level interactions or superficial gestures. She doesn't need grand plans or extravagant dates. She needs authenticity, simplicity, and depth. And that's where the true beauty of this kind of invitation lies. This isn't just an innocent suggestion to watch a movie together. It's a much deeper expression of her feelings for you. It's her way of signaling that she enjoys your company and, even more, that she's looking for more than just a fleeting connection. She's yearning for something that flows naturally, something real, something that doesn't require a constant stream of entertainment or external validation to sustain it. In inviting you into this intimate, relaxed space, she's showing you a vulnerability, a willingness to share more of herself in a way that isn't about impressing you but simply enjoying your presence. This is where your response truly matters. When you recognize the value in this kind of invitation, you're showing her that you understand what's important. You're not just agreeing to spend time together. You're embracing the chance to connect on a deeper level. You're demonstrating that you value the quality of time shared and that you can enjoy someone's presence without needing a flashy setting or a carefully planned activity. By engaging with her in a way that's sincere and genuine, you're telling her that you can share quiet moments without feeling the need for constant excitement or stimulation. And that, my friend, is where the true bond begins to form. When you can be together in silence, when you can find joy in just being with each other, it creates a space where trust, comfort, and connection can flourish. It's these unspoken moments where everything becomes clear. She's looking for someone who can appreciate the value of simplicity and who doesn't need to be entertained at every turn. Someone comfortable with silence, who can share the most mundane moments without making them feel mundane at all. When you acknowledge that opportunity, when you engage with her without needing constant validation or affirmation, you're showing her that you truly value her and that you want to build something deeper than just surface-level interactions. This is the beauty of these moments. Their ability to reveal not only how much you care, but also how much you're willing to invest in building a genuine, lasting connection. In these quiet, intimate exchanges, you're telling her that you see the value in what's real, in what's lasting. It's not about the extravagant gestures. It's about being fully present, about appreciating the beauty of simplicity and depth. When you accept and respond to this invitation, you're not just agreeing to a movie night. You're laying the groundwork for something much deeper, something that has the potential to grow into a bond that transcends the superficial. So, next time she offers you a quiet moment, take it as the gift it is. It's a chance to connect without pretense, to show her that you're not only capable of sharing your time but of truly sharing yourself, most honestly and genuinely. When she asks these kinds of questions, it's important to recognize them as much more than just casual inquiries. They are, in fact, invitations into her world, delicate windows through which she's trying to understand not just the surface details of who you are, but the deeper layers of your emotions, your values, and your innermost thoughts. These questions aren't simply about the answers you give. They are about how you communicate, how you react, and the energy you convey when you respond. It's a subtle but powerful way she seeks to know you in a way that goes beyond what can be easily seen or heard. She's looking for the rhythm of your heart, the tone of your voice when you speak from a place of authenticity. She wants to connect with the very essence of who you are, not just through your words but through your emotional resonance. This is a pivotal moment, a chance for you to build trust and form a bond that transcends the surface-level exchange. When you answer her, consider it an opportunity to share something raw, something real. This isn't the time for carefully crafted responses or words that are filtered through a veil of protection. Instead, it's the time to open up, let your guard down, and reveal parts of yourself that might be buried under layers of fear or uncertainty. It's about creating a space where both of you can feel safe enough to let your true selves show. It's in these moments of vulnerability, when you allow her to see your strengths, your imperfections, your hopes, and your flaws, that the magic of real connection happens. These are the moments that lay the foundation for something deeper, something more intimate. This is also where you can begin to truly build emotional intimacy. Emotional connection, after all, is the cornerstone of any strong relationship. When you respond thoughtfully and with genuine openness, you send the message that you are not just interested in her surface-level personality, but that you want to know the essence of her being, the part of her that makes her unique. You're telling her, without using words, that you're ready to step beyond casual interactions and into a more meaningful, more authentic space with her. You're offering her the opportunity to share the parts of herself that are deeply personal, knowing that in doing so, she is also trusting you with something precious. It's an exchange of vulnerability that, when nurtured, can lead to a relationship that's not just built on attraction or chemistry, but on a profound emotional connection that stands the test of time. But here's the thing, don't take these questions lightly. This isn't small talk. It's a doorway to something far more significant. Each question she asks is an invitation to build a deeper, richer connection. It's a chance for you to show her that you're not just going through the motions of conversation, but that you are truly listening. Not just hearing, but actively engaging with her words, her emotions, her story. In a world where so much communication is surface level and distracted, this kind of deep connection can be rare. And yet, it's in these moments, when you truly hear her and respond from a place of emotional honesty, that you create the kind of bond that can weather any storm. This is where the magic of true intimacy begins. In shared vulnerability, in heartfelt conversations, and in the courage to let go of our defenses and allow someone else to truly see us. Now, let me offer a small but effective tip. If you ever sense that she's looking for something more, something beyond just friendly conversation, you could gently steer the conversation toward romantic movies. You might wonder why this works, and here's the thing, it's not just about the movies themselves. Romantic films, particularly those that tap into deep emotions or feature profound, meaningful relationships, have a way of bringing out the emotional undercurrents in both people. When you bring up these films, especially those that involve intense emotional connections or journeys of self-discovery, you're doing more than just talking about cinema. You're introducing a shared emotional space, a place where both of you can connect on a deeper, more intimate level without having to directly speak about it. It's like a quiet, unspoken invitation, one that says, I'm open to something more. I'm not just here for a surface-level conversation. I want to explore something deeper, something more meaningful with you. What makes this even more powerful is the subtlety with which it operates. Mentioning romantic movies, particularly those that are emotionally charged, allows you to introduce a level of emotional depth without putting pressure on the situation. It allows you to hint at your feelings or desires without making things awkward or overbearing. Think about it. Romantic films often feature moments of deep emotional vulnerability, characters who are facing difficult challenges, and relationships that are tested in profound ways. By casually mentioning a film with these themes, you're signaling that you're not just interested in lighthearted chatter or a fleeting moment of connection. You're telling her, gently, that you're ready to explore something deeper, that you want to share an experience that can bring both of you closer together. At the same time, romantic movies offer a chance to tap into shared emotional experiences. Those universal feelings of love, longing, passion, and connection that resonate with everyone, no matter who they are. They provide a backdrop against which you can explore these emotions together. Mentioning a movie that features characters navigating complex relationships or overcoming emotional struggles can create a space where you both feel safe to talk about your feelings, your own experiences, and your vulnerabilities. It's an invitation to dive into something real, something that has emotional weight. Timing is everything, of course. You don't want to push too hard or too fast, but when the moment feels right, mentioning a romantic movie can be the perfect way to shift the energy between you, to turn the conversation towards something more intimate and emotionally rich. It's a soft, almost imperceptible way of signaling that you're open to taking things to a more profound level. It's not just about the movies. It's about what they represent, the emotional depth, the vulnerability, and the possibility of a deeper connection. And in a world where true emotional connections can sometimes feel elusive, this simple act of sharing something meaningful can create the kind of bond that lasts. In the end, it's these moments of honesty, vulnerability, and shared emotional experiences that lay the groundwork for real, lasting connections. Don't miss the opportunity to open your heart, to let your walls down, and to invite someone in. It's in those moments that the foundations of something truly special are built. If you can tap into these opportunities with authenticity and care, you may just find yourself growing closer to someone in ways you never expected, building a relationship that is far deeper and more meaningful than anything that begins with surface-level interactions. But hey, before we dive any deeper, I need to hear from you. I truly believe that our experiences shape us, and each one of us has a story that could shed light on something profound. Have you ever found yourself in a conversation where, out of nowhere, the tone or the words started to shift in a way that made you feel like you were moving into a space of deeper understanding? Maybe you didn't even realize it at the time, but looking back, you can see how subtle changes in the conversation created this spark, this connection that made you feel like you were both on the same wavelength. Or maybe, just maybe, you were talking about something as innocent as a movie or a song, and suddenly, it felt like the conversation turned into something more meaningful, almost like the two of you were sharing a private world, even if just for a moment. These shifts, though they seem small at the time, are incredibly powerful. They are the building blocks of real connection, those moments when the energy between two people begins to change, creating the possibility for something deeper. I'm genuinely eager to hear if you've experienced this, because I believe there's so much to learn from each other's personal stories. When we share our insights, we open up a space where we can grow together and explore how we interact with others. These kinds of stories don't just connect us, they help us understand ourselves and others better. So, please, don't hold back. Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's build a community where we all feel comfortable opening up and learning from one another. I can't wait to hear what you have to say, because it's through sharing and reflecting on our experiences that we can grow emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. We're all on this journey of connection together, and every story matters. Now, let's shift our focus to something that may seem like a simple, everyday question, but in reality is loaded with deeper meaning. What are you doing this weekend? On the surface, it's easy to brush this question off as just a casual throwaway line we ask in passing, something to fill the awkward silence or make small talk. But, my friend, trust me when I tell you, there is so much more going on in this question than you might initially think. When she asks you what your plans are for the weekend, she's not just trying to find out whether you're free for a casual hangout. She's likely trying to gauge your availability, not just in terms of time, but also emotionally and mentally. This question is, in many ways, an invitation for connection. When a woman asks you this, it's not just about the weekend plans. It's about the potential of what those plans could become. She's likely wondering if you're someone she can share her time with, someone who might be open to exploring a deeper bond. Think about it. This question opens the door to intimacy. It's her way of seeing if you're interested in spending more time together, someone who wants to connect beyond the surface level. It's not just about, what are you doing? It's a subtle test to see if you're someone she might want to invest her time and energy in. It's her way of asking, is there room for something more between us? Are you open to exploring what could happen if we spend more time together, in a more personal, perhaps intimate way? And here's the thing, when you answer that question, you're giving her insight into your intentions. Your response, whether you're enthusiastic or nonchalant, sends a signal about whether you're available. Not just physically, but emotionally as well. This could be a turning point, a moment where both of you have the chance to explore the potential of what might develop, and in some ways, it's the start of a much more meaningful journey together. It's about taking a small, seemingly insignificant question and seeing it for what it is, a chance to build something deeper, to explore the unspoken connections that lie beneath the surface. So, when she asks you, what are you doing this weekend? Don't just brush it off. Take a moment to recognize the emotional weight of the question, because it's an opportunity to see if she's looking for more than just a casual conversation. It's an invitation for something more personal, something that might lead to a bond built on shared experiences and deeper understanding. The beauty of this question is in its simplicity, and if we take it seriously, it can open the door to a world of connection that is waiting to unfold. So, my friend, the next time you hear this question, think about the deeper meaning behind it, and embrace the possibility of what could come next. It's all in the little moments, the subtle shifts in conversation, that the most meaningful connections can be made. Now, let's take a moment to delve into this, because this is where the magic begins. How you respond in this scenario is not just about answering a question. It's about setting the tone for what's to come, creating an environment where real connection can blossom. You have the power to steer the conversation in the direction you want, so why not use it wisely? Instead of offering a flat, uninspired, "I don't know yet," or a simple "I'm busy," which can kill the energy of the moment and create distance. Why not offer something more inviting, more thoughtful, something that lets her know you're interested and open to what she has in mind? A response like, "I don't have any plans yet. Do you have any suggestions?" carries so much more weight than you might think. This kind of reply does far more than just answer the question at hand. It's an invitation, a subtle but clear opening for her to step forward and take the lead. It tells her without words that you are open to whatever she wants to do, and that you're interested in exploring what she has in mind. When you offer up your openness like this, you're giving her the freedom to take the reins, to share something that could be exciting, fun, or even a little more personal. Maybe she has an idea for something spontaneous and lighthearted, like grabbing coffee, going for a walk, or doing something a bit more adventurous. Or just maybe she's thinking of something more meaningful, a chance for the two of you to share a deeper experience, one that could reveal more about each other. By responding in this way, you're showing that you're not just thinking about your schedule and plans, but that you're genuinely engaged in what she wants. You're signaling that you're open to her ideas and that you care about creating a moment that both of you will enjoy. You're telling her that her thoughts and desires matter to you just as much as your own, and this kind of vulnerability, being open and receptive, can go a long way in fostering a deeper, more authentic connection. It's such a simple thing, yet it can have a profound impact. This small moment can easily lead to something bigger. You've opened a door for her to express herself, and by doing so, you've created an opportunity for a bond that could grow stronger with time. It's not just about the plans or the activity you'll end up doing together. It's about the emotional engagement that you've shown, the space you've created for her to feel seen and heard. That's something meaningful, something that can transform a casual interaction into a connection that's real and lasting. And who knows? This might be the beginning of something truly special, a friendship or a relationship that deepens with every shared experience. Now, let's move on to the next big question. Can you help me with something at my house? This one is a game changer. When she asks for your help, it's not just about performing a task. Sure, it might seem like a simple request at first. Maybe she needs help fixing something in her home, carrying something heavy, or getting something done around the house. But trust me, there's so much more to this than what appears on the surface. This question is a quiet but powerful invitation that carries so much weight. When she asks for your help in her home, it's more than just about lending a hand. It's a way of saying, "I trust you. I want you to be a part of my world, a part of my life." It's an unspoken, vulnerable gesture, one that indicates she's willing to let you into her personal space, a place where few people are allowed to go. When someone invites you into their home, it's not just about asking for assistance with a task. It's about creating a shared experience. She's showing you a part of her life, a corner of her world that not many people get to see. Think about it. When you're invited into someone's home, you get a glimpse into their life that's completely different from what you'd experience in public. You see the way they live, the things that matter to them, their style, their comfort zone. Maybe she has little mementos around the house, personal items that tell stories about her past, her interests, and the experiences that have shaped her. Maybe the way she arranges things, or the music that plays in the background, gives you deeper insight into who she is and what makes her feel at home. Helping out in her space isn't just about the task at hand. It's about being in an environment that's uniquely hers, where you can experience her world firsthand. It's in this space that a different kind of connection can begin to form, one that goes beyond surface-level interactions. In asking for help, she's showing vulnerability, letting you into her personal life in an intimate way. She's trusting you to not only be competent enough to help her, but to also respect the privacy of her space. It's a huge sign that she's comfortable with you and that she feels safe enough to share these personal moments. It's not just about fixing something. It's about sharing a piece of her world with you. And let's not forget the emotional layer here. When she invites you into her home, It's a chance for both of you to interact in a more authentic, unguarded way. Maybe she's nervous, maybe she's excited, but either way, it's a special moment. It shows that she sees something in you, that she values your company, and she wants to build trust. She's not just asking for help, she's giving you a chance to show your care and your willingness to be there for her. This is where deeper connections begin. It's a small act, but one that can carry immense meaning. So, when she asks for your help, don't just see it as a simple favor. Recognize it for what it truly is. An invitation to step into her life, a rare chance to connect on a level that goes beyond casual interactions. This is a pivotal moment in the relationship, one that could lay the foundation for something beautiful. She's opening a door, and all you have to do is walk through it. With every task and every interaction in her space, you're building trust, you're creating memories, and you're laying the groundwork for a stronger connection. And that, my friend, is something that can't be taken lightly. Helping someone you care about is far more profound than simply showing up in the physical sense. It's about being fully present, emotionally and mentally, in every moment. When you offer your help, it's not just about completing a task or ticking off a box. It's about showing her that you are there for her as a whole person, with her joys, her struggles, and everything in between. Every little thing you do for her speaks volumes about your commitment to the relationship, demonstrating that you're not just someone who appears when it's convenient, but someone who is genuinely invested in her life. Whether it's something as simple as fixing a flickering light bulb, assembling a piece of furniture she's been meaning to get around to, or offering a hand with organizing the living room that's been piling up with clutter, these are more than just tasks. They're expressions of care. And in those moments of assistance, something magical happens. You're not only providing a physical service, but you're also sending an emotional message that resonates far deeper. You're showing that you're there for her, not just for the task at hand, but for everything she's going through at that moment. It's an unspoken act of kindness, one that tells her, I see you. I care for you. I'm here to make life a little easier, even in the smallest ways. There's something incredibly intimate about these seemingly insignificant acts. They have the power to strengthen the trust between two people, creating a bond that transcends words. Trust isn't just built in moments of grand gestures. It's crafted in the everyday acts of tenderness, where one person shows up and invests in the other. When you offer help in these moments, you're also sending a message that you are someone she can truly rely on, and that reliability is one of the most powerful cornerstones of any meaningful relationship. Think about it. There's nothing more reassuring than knowing that someone has your back, especially in those moments when things feel overwhelming or chaotic. That's where real connection happens. Not in the moments when everything is perfect, but in the messy, imperfect ones. It's in those times when one person steps in to help, simply because they care and want to ease the burden. Your willingness to take on these little tasks for her not only helps her physically but emotionally as well, sending a message that she is worth your time, your effort, and your attention. So, when she asks for help, try not to see it just as a request for assistance with a practical issue. See it instead as an invitation to show your commitment to the relationship in a more profound way. It's an opportunity to deepen your connection with her, not just in the big moments, but in the little ones that make up the majority of life. It's about proving, through your actions, that you are dedicated to nurturing the relationship, not only when it's easy or convenient, but even when the moments are small and perhaps even overlooked by others. It's a chance to show her that she's not just someone you care about in the grand moments, but also in the everyday moments where love is quietly woven into the fabric of daily life. These moments of help often lead to more than just the completion of a task. They can lead to deeper conversations, a closer emotional bond, and an intimacy that goes beyond physical proximity. When you're present, offering assistance, you might notice that the conversation begins to flow more naturally. The energy shifts from casual and surface level to something deeper and more intimate. It's as if the act of helping her creates a safe space for vulnerability, for connection to blossom. In these moments, you're not just helping with a task, you're building a relationship. One gesture at a time, one act of kindness at a time. As you continue to show up for her, emotionally and physically, Through these small yet significant acts, you may find that the relationship becomes stronger and more connected. You're laying down the foundation for a bond that will endure not just in the easy times, but through life's challenges, too. Relationships are not built on the grandiose or the dramatic alone. They are built on moments of consistency, trust, and care. They are built on showing up for each other, even when it's not glamorous, and being there when it counts, no matter how small the gesture may seem. So, the next time she asks for help, don't just view it as a simple task that needs to be done. Instead, see it as a beautiful and rare opportunity to deepen your connection. Don't hesitate to embrace it fully, heart and soul. These moments of helping, no matter how small, are where the true magic of connection resides. Embrace the chance to show her that you are there for her, not just in the big moments, but in every single moment. Take the time to be present, and in doing so, watch as your bond becomes stronger, richer, and more meaningful with each passing day. Relationships grow through these small, heartfelt moments. Don't let them slip by unnoticed. Embrace them with all your heart. She's searching for a reason, a small, seemingly insignificant excuse, to spend more time with you in a setting that feels like an oasis from the storm of the world outside. She longs for a cozy, intimate environment where all the distractions and worries of everyday life can be left behind. It's a place where the noise, the rush, and the pressure of the outside world fade away, and all that remains is the two of you, alone, together, in a space that feels timeless. In this setting, there's no clock ticking, no appointments to rush to, just the quiet comfort of being fully present with one another. It's in this space where the magic happens. The kind of place where you can both relax, let your guard down, and let the connection between you grow in a way that feels natural, effortless, and intimate. There's something unspoken in the way she looks at you, an undeniable longing that flickers in her eyes, almost as if she's silently begging for more time with you, as if every second spent together is too short. It's a quiet but intense desire to extend this beautiful moment, to stretch it out just a little longer so that she doesn't have to leave the safe space that you've created together. Every glance she gives you, every subtle shift of her body, every word she speaks, all convey the same underlying message: I want more. And yet, she's not pushing for anything to happen quickly. She's not rushing to move forward or to jump to the next step. No, her desire is not about speed, it's about depth. She's not looking to rush through the experience. She's savoring the slow unfolding of the connection between you, allowing it to blossom naturally, without force. She's seeking something deeper than just fleeting moments or shallow conversations. What she truly craves is a sense of closeness, of shared intimacy, that comes when two people can just be together without the pressure of expectations. She wants to experience the feeling of being known, of truly connecting on a level that goes beyond the surface. This is a rare gift, the kind of bond that's built through quiet moments, where the world outside doesn't matter, and what matters most is the space you share. It's the kind of intimacy that's not just physical but emotional, a bond that deepens with every laugh shared, every secret whispered, and every moment of understanding that passes between you. This is your chance, your opportunity to recognize what's happening right in front of you. It's important to understand that this isn't about rushing into anything. This isn't about trying to force things or move too quickly. It's not about pushing for the next step or trying to follow some sort of agenda. It's about feeling the subtle energy that exists between you and honoring the time and space that's needed for this connection to develop at its own pace. You must approach this with care and patience, taking the time to truly understand where you both are in this shared experience. You don't need to rush the process or make grand gestures. Instead, allow the relationship to unfold in its own time, according to its own rhythm. Patience, in this case, is not just a virtue. It's the very thing that will allow this connection to grow stronger and deeper. The more you rush, the more likely you are to miss the delicate nuances of the bond that's forming. But if you allow things to develop naturally, you'll find that the connection between you becomes more profound with each passing moment. There's beauty in the slowness, in the way that the relationship deepens as you both take the time to explore each other's thoughts, feelings, and desires. There's something truly magical about not forcing the situation, about letting it breathe and grow at its own pace. Take a moment to step back and appreciate where you are right now. Look at the space you're sharing, the quiet but powerful connection that's blossoming between you. You don't need to rush to the next moment or try to hurry things along. Instead, let yourself enjoy the anticipation of what's to come, knowing that the journey you're on together is just beginning. Each small step you take, each moment you share, is laying the foundation for something beautiful and meaningful. And remember, this is not about the end goal or the destination. It's about the journey, about savoring every second of it, every moment of connection. Don't try to speed up the process or force anything. Let it happen naturally. Let the bond between you deepen, and trust that the pace will reveal itself as long as you honor it. Let your time together become a cherished space, where each moment, no matter how small, becomes a testament to the connection that's growing between you both. Step by step, the intimacy will unfold, and when the time is right, the bond will be stronger than you ever imagined. Then, there it is, the sixth question she asks, and it's almost like a quiet, subtle moment that might slip by unnoticed if you're not paying attention. How far is the restaurant from your place? At first glance, it seems like a harmless, simple query, doesn't it? Just a question about the distance, a typical conversation opener in many social situations. But if you take a deeper look, if you let the weight of her words settle into the air, you'll realize that this question carries so much more significance than what meets the eye. It's not just about the miles between two locations. It's a question layered with meaning, anticipation, and quiet longing. It's almost as if, in that single moment, she's laying her heart bare, testing the waters, and hoping you'll see what she's asking. You can sense it if you pay attention closely. She's already envisioning how the night could unfold. In her mind, the evening is no longer just about the dinner, the restaurant, or the food. It's about what could come next. She's not simply concerned with how far the restaurant is from your place, but rather what that question might unlock. As the words leave her lips, she's already imagining a shift in the night's energy, a transition from this casual public space to a more intimate, private one. She's wondering, quietly, hesitantly, if the connection between you two could grow deeper, more personal. She's silently hoping that this moment of shared laughter and conversation won't be the end, but rather a beautiful segue into something more meaningful. Her question is loaded with unspoken emotion. There's a softness in her voice, a tenderness that lingers in the air after she asks it, almost as if she's testing your response. Is this a question about logistics? Of course. But it's also about something else, something far more intimate. She's feeling out the situation, gauging your mood, wondering if you're on the same wavelength. Is she ready to move this evening into a more private space, where the two of you can be yourselves without the distractions or constraints of the outside world? Does she dare to take that step, to risk vulnerability, to push the boundaries of the evening and see where it could take her? The very act of asking this question speaks volumes. Her heart is already one step ahead, her thoughts already racing toward what might come next. And it's not just a fleeting thought in her head, she's truly imagining it. She's picturing the two of you stepping out of the restaurant, away from the crowd, into the privacy of your home or another quiet space. She's picturing the way the evening could evolve, the warmth of the lighting, the softness of the surroundings, the way your conversation might deepen as you get more comfortable, more real, more open. She's imagining what it might feel like to be in that space with you, where there's no need for pretense or small talk, only the unspoken connection between the two of you. There's a rawness in that thought, a vulnerability that she's testing you with, unsure but hopeful that you'll be the one to pick up on her unvoiced desires. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with. Her question carries an element of hope, of possibility. She's not simply asking for directions. She's asking if you're willing to meet her halfway. There's an emotional weight behind her words that suggests she's already longing for more, hoping that the evening will be a continuation of the connection you've shared. It's an invitation, but not one that's obvious or overt. It's wrapped in layers of subtlety, masked as a casual inquiry. But if you listen closely enough, you'll hear the undercurrent of desire, of longing for something deeper, more personal. And it's not just about the place or the space, it's about the two of you. The quiet electricity between you, the tension in the air, the way your conversations have unfolded so far. She's asking herself, is this the moment where something could shift, where the energy between you two could deepen into something more? She's giving you the chance to take the evening in a new direction, to guide it in the direction she's silently hoping for. There's an unspoken invitation there, one that's waiting for you to notice and respond. Will you pick up on it? Will you recognize the subtle hint in her question, the longing in her tone? Will you take the lead and turn this night into something that could change everything? In her mind, she's already there, envisioning the night as it could unfold, imagining the next step, wondering if you'll catch on to what she's asking. She's ready to let her guard down, to open herself up to whatever might happen next, but she's waiting to see if you'll meet her halfway. The question she's asking isn't just about the logistics of distance. It's about her willingness to move closer to you, to invite you into her world, to see if you can take this night, this connection, somewhere deeper. It's a quiet, vulnerable offering, and the answer to it lies in how you choose to respond to the emotions she's so carefully placing in front of you. This moment between you two is so rich with unspoken words and an undeniable energy that fills the air. There's something magnetic about it, something electric that both of you can feel but can't quite put into words. She's not just physically inviting you in, she's opening a door to a deeper emotional connection, one that could change the course of what you share forever. It's as if she's testing the waters, gently exploring if you're willing to embrace this next step with her. A step that might lead to something more intimate, something more meaningful. There's no need to rush, and yet, there's an undeniable call to not let this moment slip away. The beauty lies in the fact that you're not being rushed, but you also can't afford to ignore the chance that stands before you. This moment, this delicate interaction is like a dance. It's slow and intentional, and it requires your full attention. You can feel the magnetic pull, that tug of desire to stay close, to remain in this space of shared connection. It's in the way your bodies lean toward each other, the way your breath sinks, and the subtle way your eyes linger on hers. If you're truly present in the moment, you'll realize that this is a pivotal point, one that could very well define what unfolds between you two in the future. There's so much potential in this quiet space, so much promise waiting to be explored. The night is still young, and with every passing second, the possibility of something deeper, something more beautiful, becomes even more tangible. Don't let the fear of the unknown prevent you from embracing this. Take a moment to savor the connection, to let yourself be vulnerable, and to trust that whatever comes next, you'll be ready for it. This is more than just a fleeting moment. It's an opportunity to create something meaningful, to let your emotions guide you toward something that could last. So, what have you learned so far? How do you plan to approach those subtle moments and questions in your conversations? Maybe you now see how every question she asks is an opportunity to not only answer but to connect on a deeper level. It's about more than just responding. It's about showing her who you are, how emotionally intelligent you can be, and how comfortable you are with vulnerability. These moments are key to building trust and intimacy. I'd love to know, what was the one key takeaway that resonated with you in today's video? Whether it's about handling sensitive questions with honesty, using movies to create shared emotional experiences, or how to navigate those subtle invitations to connect, I want to hear your thoughts. Comment below and share one thing you've learned from this video that you plan to bring into your life or your relationships. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your feedback and engagement mean a lot, and it helps us keep creating content that truly speaks to you. Remember, these small, subtle moments can lead to deeper connections and more meaningful relationships, and I'm excited to continue this journey with you. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing your thoughts in the comments.